You guys ready to get started? All right, let's do this yoga thing. I'm just going to mute anyone that's not. I'm double checking. Welcome to our Wednesday practice, yogis. It's such a blessing to be here with you today. I have my timer and we are gonna get started. Come on back with me. Have a little fun mantra to share with you at the end. So let me just get my stuff set up. Come to standing if you're seated. And then spread your legs wide out, just about 2.5 body lengths wide, and then start to shimmy down. We're not squatting, we're just horse dancing, it's called. So you kind of think about being really light and bouncy. Feel free to move a little bit here or a lot. And then bring your arms all the way up and overhead. Okay, we're just gonna move through the wrists here. Take your palms and flick them down and then back up. Now the shoulders are relaxed, but our arms are really long. And remember, our body is light in the lower half, so feel free to move in any way. Yes, just find some beautiful movements. And then take that flick of your wrists in and out. So we're gonna come to the left and then to the right. Long through your sides, working on breathing big. One more big breath in. Go as fast as or as slow as you feel good with your wrists. And then push your palms forward to me. Stay in horse stance. Start to make a big fist and circle your wrists in one way. This feels good, doesn't it? Oh, so luxurious. And then take your wrist the other way. So hard sometimes to get your mind and body connected. Moving one way feels so easy, the other feels like a struggle. So it's our first challenge for today. One more big breath in. One more big breath out. Let your arms drop, left heel lifts, and we swing around to the right side. Right heel lifts, swing to the left side. This is called a swinging around. Inspire from Tai Chi. I'd like you to feel like a limp rag doll on the top of your bodies. Breathing in and breathing out. Although we may be moving a bit quickly to warm up our low back and our legs and our hips, our breath is coming in long, slow, healing increments. Take our eye gaze down, yogis. Preferring a low eye gaze through this portion of class to keep our necks really happy and slowly warm them up. Let's take 2 more big breaths in. 2 more big breaths out. Make this little if your back is tender. Pause in the center. Bring the arms all the way up and overhead. Stand tall. Sink back down to horse stance. Eyes down. Eyes up. Breathe in. And breathe out. 2 more like this. Lift up through your belly. And let's bring some heat back into our legs, back into horse stance. Bring your hands to me and put a prayer together. And then open up. Now it might be like a cow. So my belly may come forward, tailbone and head back. Closed palms, maybe like a cat. And I'll show you from the side. Tuck in tight. So we're going to breathe in and open. Only if it feels good do we open big like a cow pose. And then exhale, round into cat, tuck in. Now we're light in our legs, right? So wiggle through your toes. It's a really fast way to bring heat into the legs, but I don't want us to feel stress. Feel easy and free. All right, guys, one more big open and close. Let's move on. Arms rise overhead. Lift your left heel and swing down to the right only. Rise, hold. Right heel rises, swing to the left. Like a swing and wrap, but we're gonna change it a little bit because now we're coming up really high. Uplift as you inhale, exhale, release. Anything that we don't need to hang on to. Like all that work you just did for this morning, just leave it behind. Leave that in the past. Focus on the present, all your breath. Last one here, yogis. We're making it smoother. Figure 8. From the top, we sweep down and then over. Create that figure 8 path. Now listen, if this is tough on your low back, we can make the arms smaller and we can move through the body just a little bit slower and smoother. Lift your heels so you're pivoting and our knees are happy. Eyes back down or at most forward. Who is breathing? Nice. 4, 3, 2 more. Boy, our arms are gonna feel really good today. Jump or step your feet together and then just pause. Do you feel all that beautiful electrical impulses coming on down? That's energy stepping towards the top of your mat. Sun salutation time. From mountain pose to extended mountain pose. Lift up and overhead. Eyes can follow fingers now. Forward fold, yogis. Any way your arms and your heart want to float to the floor. Grabbing any props necessary to build the floor up, halfway lift. Top of head long from tail. Breathing in is beautiful here. Exhaling fully. Right leg lunges back today. Kneeling lunge to begin, and if you feel like you're ready to go, take the kneeling lunge out, bring it on up. Climb up, arms rise, clasp all 5 fingers, and then stick your pointer fingers up to the sky. Reach forward to me. Inhale, rise. Exhale, reach forward to me. Now play with your hips. Let them sink heavy here. Inhale, let them rise here. So you feel the sensation change as we move forward and back. Last one. Those wrist stretches again. Come back forward, unclasp hands, and push your palms towards me. Flexing fingers up. Tough to do, right? Press forward through the crown of your head like you're pushing with all your energy. This is Superman, Superwoman style here. One more big breath in, lengthen. Hands float down. How can you get back to tabletop? Sweep your left knee back. Downward facing dog, folks. Tuck toes and rise. Breathing in to ease back. Let's do a little down dog dance. We're just gonna shimmy. Shimmy through our hips. Shimmy through our shoulders like you've never felt better in your life. Give it all you got. This is also called walking the dog, alternating heels, push and pull, just to free everything up in your down dog today. Come forward into plank. Come with shoulders over wrists. Lower to knees if you're getting feedback from the arms. Chaturanga. Come all the way to the floor. Chest comes down to elbow level, and then to the floor we go. Fingers sweep back towards toes today. Tuck your chin to your chest, so the top of your head is pulling towards me, and you're lifting up to the sky from the back of your neck. Toes are connected, lower half anchored in, upper half rising and shining today. Fingers float back under shoulders or a bit wider and push to child's pose. Downward facing dog, but this time with gigantically bent knees. Bend your knees and push your sits bones up. So you have a funky little ski slope in your low back, right? Then ease your heels down, straightening legs. Right leg rises, 3-legged dog with a big breath in. Feels good. Exhale, come forward into lunge, friends. So if we got stuck somewhere in the middle, help your ankle through under the right knee. Yes, beautiful. Knee comes down in the back. Arms rise when you're ready. Clasp hands, pointers. We have a really long reach here. Elbows by the ears if possible. Come forward. Point to me, and then rise back to sky. Use your exhalations today. Anytime things feel challenging, that's a good time to exhale. So I like to inhale, extend. Exhale, rise. Beautiful. Inhale, extend. Exhale, rise. Come forward, but release your grasp and push your palms to me. Remember, Superman style, like we're pushing an entire building across the city. Top of head long, neck unwrinkled, lengthen through the shoulders. Release, back leg steps forward. Well done, guys. Forward fold again. Take a second here, yogis. Hold your biceps or your wrists or your forearms. Soften your knees a bunch, and let's just swing and wrap again. Right elbow to right heel, left elbow to left heel. Is that too much? We can come with fingertips on the ground and just do a little lifted version of it. If it feels great, really bend into your knees and allow yourself to swing. If you're moving fast, just be careful you don't get dizzy. And then let all your neck tension go. Arms float to the floor. We slow our spin. Find stillness. Shake your head now. I love that release. Shake it, yes, ready to move on, but we're gonna climb so slow, yogis. Use your body if you feel dizzy. Climb up the shins, knees, thighs. Mountain pose, all good? Inhale, extended mountain pose. Exhale, release. Halfway lift when we get there. From the floor, build up, long in your spine. Feel the energy shimmering from top of head through tail. Release to fold. Left leg steps back, high lunge on this side. From here, we drop through the hips, but rise through the arms. Super. One more big breath in. Landing in warrior two. I'm gonna turn to the side so you can see me. From lunge, land back heel, and then chest and hips start to rotate open. Arms spread long with palms up. So we broaden everything across the chest. I'm not gonna give up on these wrist stretches today, guys. So we're gonna go for a little more. Arms rise overhead. Turn your middle fingers towards one another and then push up. It's okay if your arms are bent because this is tough on the shoulders to lift up. And then we add in the wrist, double whammy. So do what you can. All the while we're sitting strong in this warrior two, finding width across our hips. One more big breath in. Now, feel free to find the traditional extended warrior two. What is that? That's forearm to thigh, leaning over to the right side. But if you can, you're holding on to your extended arm, wrist stretch. Wow, that's hard. I want to see in my mind's eye a long line from top of head all the way out through my left blade edge of foot. Can you find that in your bodies? And then in the midst of all this strength building, where can you release? One more big breath in. I know you've got this. On the exhalation, sun warrior. You know, you just reverse the upper body. Keep your legs, tip towards the left side for reverse warrior, and the options, traditional alignment, relax top arm, or your long stretch, wrists go big. Still breathing. If your arms are shaking overhead, that's normal. One more breath in, yogis. Let your arms float down, regular warrior two. Spin all the way around the corner to lunge. Turn back toes in. How can we get back towards downward facing dog? We may just pop straight back. If we need a little break dancing move, do it, and then do your down dog dance. Shimmy, shake, let it all go, just because it's fun and freeing. Come forward into plank. Breathe in. Breathe out. Tap your knees down or come into full tabletop if this feels better. To the floor we go. And this time, fingertips reach back towards toes again, but toes, knees, and thighs also lift. Toes, knees, and thighs lift. We lift from the back of our head. We are fogging a mirror up under our nose. Chins are tucked. And then we're lifting the backs of our hands towards the sky. So it's as if you're a magnet and you're being magnetized up towards your ceiling. Pull your big toes together. Squeeze energy towards your midline. One more breath, yogis. On the exhalation, release. Press on back. Child's pose to downward facing dog. This time with the bent knees again. So let's bend our knees a bunch. Press your sits bones up towards the sky. And then try to spread your sits bones by pushing the balls of your feet down and out towards the pinky side of mat. Whew, feels a little funny, right? But boy, does it spread your backside, the back body. One more big breath in. Heels down, knees rise to thighs, downward facing dog, left leg rises. Breathe in. Look between the thumbs. And if you bring it through and we get really stuck, it's okay. Let's help it all the way up for joint safety under the left knee. Back foot steps in, forward fold. Release on down. Whoo. Rise to sky. Big breath in. All right, guys, good work. Exhale again. One more round. All the way down to forward fold. Halfway lift. Breathe in slowly. On the exhalation, let's fold again with the right leg stepping straight back. I'll turn to the side so we can work together here. High lunge, yogis. Hold, flick the wrists. So we're turning middle fingers towards one another and then pushing the palms up long, but our shoulders are super relaxed. Back heel falls, right heel. And then, you know, sometimes we need a manual adjustment. So we might want to actually say, okay, hips, okay, ribs, let's turn to warrior two. Yeah, let the arms fall for a second so we can check in with our shoulders. Good. Shoulders are relaxed. Can we bring a smile to our faces? That's asking too much. Arms rise. Let's go again. So we only have 3 postures here. Wrists are flexed, pushing long. Extend your warrior two. I'm on the challenging option first. For those of us that would like a more relaxed practice today, I have options. Check me out if you need them. If your neck is really bothering you, eyes would always look down. One more breath to energize and open. And on your exhalation, spin the upper body back to reverse warrior. Make space on the right side. So if we're having a hard time, actually use your hand. Lift up through those ribs and then lean again. I know your arms are getting tired, yogis. This is the point where we develop so much strength. Reach on. Breathe bigger. On the next exhalation, the slowest, spiral back to warrior two, and then out to lunge. Come on around. Last vinyasa for us today. Any way to get back to down dog. That could be knee finding table, child's, and then down dog. Do your shimmy, do your shake, get out all the nonsense. When y'all feel good, come forward to plank. Yogis, last vinyasa means we are challenging ourselves today. Chaturanga and then back up. Inhale, lower. Exhale, rise. If your chaturanga is a tiny centimeter, good. Great job. Little chaturangas are great. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Push through all middle knuckles on the hands. Inhale, exhale. Good. To the floor this time, yogis. Come on now. We got this. Fingertips are coming out wide, all the way out to the sides. Make your suction cups so the heel of your hand is hollow. And from here, big toes come together, toes, knees, and thighs lift. Upper body rises, arms float up and out. Long and as light as you can, beautiful. Now backs of hands rise to sky. Lift and lengthen. My friends, we care less about how high and more about how long. Lengthen tip of fingers to tip of fingers, top of head, through tail and toes. One more breath. On the exhalation, release. Wow, shoulders feel that one, right? Child's pose. Downward facing dog. This is our knee bent one. And with knees bent this time, lift up through your left leg. Lift your right heel as high as you can and open your hip or poke your leg to sky. Do something that feels wonderful. Even if your foot is barely lifted and it's pushing long, if it feels good, stay. Keep a bend through your right knee. Slowly lower your left leg. Rebend everything. Refind your push away from the floor. Right leg rises high. Breath comes in. Lift your left heel as high as you can and do what feels good, yogis. Keep a big bend in your left knee so it feels a little different, and see about squaring your hips. Does it feel good on your left cheek to do that? Knee bend down dog again. Lift both heels. Tippy toe walk all the way to meet me at the very top of your mat, please. Rolling high to sky. One last wrist stretch. This time, clasp hands. Press as big through the pinky side and thumb side as you do in the middle. Chair pose. All the way up and overhead. If that's too much, do what we did to warm up and come forward. If it's still too much, release hands or take any option that suits you today. Hard, right? Your little pinky fingers and your little thumbs are going to want to turn in, so keep pressure. Push on up. One more big breath in. Arms float all the way down. Right knee rises. We come to stand with an arm re-left. Okay, my friends, clasp your hands behind your low back. Right thumb on top. Now, can you peel your elbows back? Like someone takes your elbows and your shoulders and goes, come on and open. So my chest goes from here to here, okay? Right toes extend anywhere forward, even on the floor. They're circling around the corner. We're still bent in our left knee, okay? Around the corner, behind you and back up. Breathe in. So I may be on my floor and I'm just kind of sweeping it off. Then I'll check my big toe and see if I needed them off the floor. Just kidding. Might be a little dirty and that's okay. You choose your option. Balancing challenge here. Inhale. Exhale. Bring the arms back to sky, knee back to sky. Any way we can get into our standing figure four. This is our Mr. Miyagi moment. Standing figure four. We might want to help our leg. We might fall over. We might come back. Standing figure four. Beautiful. Now this time, I'll show you from the side. We're going to fold forward and then back with the arms. Yogis, we're spreading them like bat wings. Push back. And then like we lifted before, back again as high as you can through the backs of your hands. Pay attention to your joints. Your foot is flexed. You could stamp it on your sidewall, all four corners of your foot to protect your ankle and your knee. Now, how do your shoulders feel? Do you want to turn your thumbs up in the back to open more across your chest? And who's breathing? It's a hard thing to do when we're down and locked and loaded. One more big breath. Rise high. Yes, we're still on the same leg. Yes, you can do this. I know it's in you. Dig deep. Rise high. A simple quad stretch. Come on now. Bring your heel to your butt. Your right heel comes to your cheek. And then reach behind to try to grab. If you have a sweatshirt or a belt or a strap, you could lasso that foot and stretch your quad here. Both hands are coming around. If you can, open your chest. If we're not able to reach it, just like we do with every other pose, we go for it. We reach as far as we can to make it happen maybe someday. Stay here, last pose, I promise, for balance. Or reach your left arm forward, take a hold of the inside of your right foot and start to tip forward. kicking legs straight into right hand to lift into dancer's pose. So a great way to find it, yogis, thumbs up, hold inside a foot, reach forward, and I start here in an uplifted position, and then maybe I start to kick in towards my hand. If my hips open, they open. If they're closed, great. Whatever works, guys. Take a breath in. Remember, we want to come up and out. Lengthen here. On the exhalation, release as slowly as possible. And then congratulate yourself. Job well done on that side. Arms rise. Anytime you need to shimmy or shake, do it. Arms rise. Let them fall. That's just a nice release. Left knee, arms rise. Bring it on up. Here we go. Our Mr. Miyagi Karate Kid moment again. Left thumb on top behind the low back. Okay, now really peel your chest open here. I know it might be wobbly, so we're going to keep our right knee bent. That'll help us find balance. Left toes, poke forward, wiggle your toes. Do something active with them. Sweep out to the side, back behind you, knee lift. Okay, now guys, go as low as you want for the challenge in your right knee. Stay on the floor if that feels better. It's nice, right? Because you can really keep your bearings when you have your toes down. I like to always try a little bit of everything because you never know today what's going to feel really good. Woo. And the wobbles, they'll throw you for a loop every now and then. When you get back up through that last knee lift, arms rise high. Inhale. Flex through your left foot, standing figure four. You're welcome to help your leg over. Just let's not force it, okay? A little guidance under the leg to help it lift. Ankle bone across the thigh. From here, bat wings. Oh, bats might be a tender subject during coronavirus, right? So never mind that. What do we have anyway? Angel wings, yes. Sweep them back. Watch your foot here. Even a simple big toe in can really mess with your joints. Listen to your leg, flex strong. And if you feel like the shoulder heads are rolled in, what can we do here? Thumbs, 2 thumbs up. Oh, that makes all the difference. And the lower you get with your chest coming forward, the bigger your left glutes are gonna thank you. One more big breath in. Whew, this almost feels too good to leave. You know, you can stay longer anytime, right? Rise back to sky, this time a simple quad stretch. I know your right leg is burning, mine too. Hands come behind, left hand at least is gonna try to grasp. Remember, we're pulling left heel to butt, and we're just standing with a quad stretch here. Both hands, cool. If not, just reach for it. This may be where we stay today, or we start to reach forward with the right hand, thumb comes up and we hold inside of back foot. If you ever get a cramp in the back of your leg, let your leg go, massage it out and start again. Start to lift up, 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 up by kicking. I'm kicking into my leg to lift and extend. I want to go as long as possible from right fingers to left toes. Then if the spirit moves you guys, do your thing. Whether you want to fold, whether you want to lift up, whatever feels good. One more big breath in it. That's what yoga is all about. Doing weird things, but feeling really good when we do them. On the way out, release. Take that shimmy, that shake. Oh, especially the standing leg might need some love. Poor thing. Arms rise. Exhale, release, but this time to the floor. Can you believe it? We're already down here. Forward fold, guys. All right, so we talked today about how gorilla pose yesterday was hard, so I want to revisit it together. I'm showing you from the side where we slip the palms of our hands under our feet, and if it's too much for both at one time, just worry about one. Our toes eventually will come to a wrist crease, and once we get them, here's the tricky part, guys. Let your head hang. I want to pull my palms up on the bottoms of my feet like I'm going to levitate, so I'm going to pull up. See how my arms straighten and get really strong? At the same time, my feet are smushing down. I'm pushing down on my feet. But then I want to pull my shoulder blades back. So I come from this upstretched position to peel my shoulder blades towards the middle of my spine. Give it a kiss. And your neck got really long there, right? Gorilla pose is really hard to figure out. If it feels good, you are doing it right for you. One more big breath in. On that next exhalation, folks, we're gonna undo our gorilla pose hands and feet and have a seat. I'm just gonna show you from the side. Back into our seated figure four is a little different modification for today. Let's lean back and get an open chest, reverse tabletop. Fingers towards toes is what I recommend to start. Lift a little bit. See how your shoulders feel. Move a little bit side to side. If they don't feel good, move them some other way, okay? Otherwise, lift up so that our shoulders are long away from our knees. Knees are squeezing towards one another. And then we may open our throat and drop our heads back. Feel it across your shoulders and collarbones. Breathe into all these newly open spaces. Have a seat with your hips back and your legs forward. Right leg rises. We're crossing over into seated figure four when you're ready. So I came from my seat, I leaned back, and I let my right leg do its own thing. I didn't force it, but I may need to help it a little bit, okay? So I might need a little help. When you get there, heel comes closer to butt, and then we scoot closer and up, if possible. From here, up. Now remember, active toes and an active right knee pushing away from our chest. So for those of you who were tight here in our glutes, I'm hoping that today, with that figure four posture we just did in this one, you feel a little better. Inhale, rise through the collarbones. Act as if you have a helium balloon under your collarbones and you can rise to the sky. Legs are gonna fall right to the left side when you're ready. Now just get a little cattywampus here. So we're gonna scoot our hips back and find modified half lotus, otherwise known as fire log, stacked through the shins, or a simple, easy seat. However your hips are in agreement. If we need things under our knees, please put something softer than my cork blocks. But I just wanted to show you how I could prop myself up if my hips are not cooperating today. When you're ready, arms rise high. You might want to move a little tissue out of your buns so that you feel anchored in your sits bones. Arms rise high, and the left arm reaches across the right knee. Even if we have uncrossed legs, reach there. Arm on the right side comes back, spinning you around the right corner. Now, all the while, yogis, let's press our knees down and forward, and that'll help us pull a little bit with traction on our spine to twist. If we're feeling hunkered down in our backs, let's push our right fingertips or fists in the earth and boost ourselves up longer. Now stay here or rise right arm back to sky and side bend over to the left. This is very big. Soften up your breathing. Notice the sensations on the right side. Welcome in new light, new energy. I hope that yoga gives you a reason to smile, because for me, I feel like doing these postures brings a big cheesy grin to my face just because it feels so good. So that's your goal all the time. Do what feels good in every shape we make. One more big breath. Top arm floats down. Oh, that was a big one. And then come around the right knee. Here's your lazy moment. Walk out, lift your chest, get energy, but then go, let it go. One more, I got something in my throat, guys. Excuse me. One more big breath in here. That shows I need to clean my basement. I got a little dust bunny. And on your exhalation, rise back up. Lean back into our reverse tabletop, or if you're feeling motivated, instead of reverse table like we just did, we could go reverse plank. Heels would come out. Fingertips face the way our shoulders feel best today, and we lift with soft knees. Lift a little or lift a lot. If you're lifted a ton, plug your big toes into the earth. Remember our option. A little lift, and if we're in our reverse tabletop, we could swing like a hammock. Otherwise, lift up, one more breath. I know it's tough, hang in. Ease down slowly. Lean back, yogis. Lift your left leg. Let's cross it over. So I like to extend my leg out really long so I can get the left one over, and then we'll fix it up. Right heel towards your butt. Flex your left foot. Press the hands down so we can rise. Rise to the occasion. Bring your chest forward. And then super active in our left toes, you know. Gotta protect our joints in every posture we do. Knowing that you can always move. If stillness feels best, do it. But sometimes, oh yeah, sometimes a little bit of movement goes a long way. How can we get our shoulders from here to here? Open and lift just a little more on this last breath. Let the tension melt out of your face as your foot falls over to the right side. And then we're all kinds of which way here. So we're gonna let our hips scoot back a tad and then assist our leg into wherever is comfy for our hips, with or without proppage. When you're ready, you're either gonna be in what I call modified half lotus, fire log, where the shins are stacked like this, or they're like this, or you're in a cross seat. And when you feel great, we're rising up. Move any tissue out from under your sits bones gently there. Arms rise. Right hand reaches across towards the left knee, but here before we go anywhere, we're boosting. Lift. Left arm just sails across the room. And maybe we land here or in a big old twist to the back wall. You know you're in the best twist for you if your breath is moving as if you're not even twisted. If you get somewhere and we get really hitchy, hard to breathe, you went just a tad bit too far. One more big breath in, yogis. If we need a boost from the floor, place your fingertips down, lift and lengthen, and then the arm, left arm comes skywards, up, 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 tip over to the side. Now plant your left knee down and forward so we have a lot of energy through this twisted side bend. Woo, big one. How's that breath flowing? Can we get it all the way down to the left pelvis? How about to the back side of your left body? One more big breath in. Stay longer if you love it, but on the exhalation, relief, come around the left knee and then walk out. Walk out some more, lengthen your chest and spine, and then give yourself the surrender you deserve after that hard work. Okay, my friends, this is the calm before the storm. I'm throwing in some Pilates on you today. So when you're ready, climb back up. And I'm turning to the side to show you Pilates 100s. We're rolling around till our feet are flat and we can hold our shins, knees or thighs, rolling to the earth. When we get there, knees right over hips, 90-degree knees. Pilates 100s, reach fingertips towards the bottom of your mat. Lift your head, throat, and chest if possible, and start to pump your arms. My arms are very straight, yes? Good. If your neck is bothering you, listen to it and drop your head. Otherwise, guys, toe taps. Right toes tap down, bend again. Left toes tap down, bend again. Tough with coordination, right? You got to keep your arms pumping so you got a little personal fan going on. Tap and release. Is your low back rising? If it is, let's tap just a little bit smaller. Little tap. Yep, little tap. Okay, we only have 4 more. I am going to have you flip-flopping all over the mat for this core sequence. 2 more, guys. From here, roll up to seated if we need to. Hold on if we need to, turn to the side. But otherwise, roll up, turn around for plank. Option, forearm plank. Or if you want the challenge, we're all the way up on our hands. You choose your option. Your right knee is tapping the floor, rising. Left knee tap the floor and rise. So alternatively, I could be on tabletop and then lift and lengthen, retap. Lift and lengthen, retap. So we should all feel successful here. Otherwise, tap and rise. Wow, it's hard from the hands. That's a long tap down. 4 more, yogis. Feeling strong in the belly here. It's a short little burst of work. Last one each side. Extra credit here. Back to Pilates 100s. Drop slowly. There's never a time to rush. Smooth movements. From the top down. Do we need hands? No, we don't need hands. Roll down 1 vertebrae at a time. And this time, knees at 90 degrees. Flare your toes. Reach to bottom of mat. Pump your arms. How long is your neck here? If it's hurting, head and neck down. Otherwise, push and pull out. Right leg push out. Pull in. Left leg out. So you know what to do. If your low back started to arch away from the mat, just give it a tiny push. Little push. I just did it if you need to say it, little push. But if you're like, I got this and I want more, you're going both legs on the next set. Ready, yogis? Breathe in, breathe out. Pump a little bit more furiously through the arms. I know this is a long set. 4 more, last Pilates 100s today. 3, maybe we did Pilates 200s in this set. Felt like it, didn't it? Last one, rock right up to seated. If you need to roll or hold on, do it. Plank 1 last time. This time we're like pirates. We're walking the plank. forearms or hands. You pick, guys. How strong, how much of a challenge do you want today? Whenever you get to where you're going, your option is also on knees. In this case, you would tap your toes out, tap your toes in. Walk the plank, right foot, left foot, out, out, right foot, left foot, in, out. All right, my friends, we're going for 8. We're taking the least amount of motion in our hips possible. Start with your left foot instead. Left foot out, out, left foot in. Just 3 more. Strong and steady in your hips. Hold a child's pose. Hold a down dog. Hold your plank if this is really, really tough. Good job, guys. Woo-hoo. Child's pose. Drop to knees. Sink back and give your poor arms a rest. Whew. All right, if you would like it, forehead down, hands wrap around low back, and just give it a full child's pose. Before we move on, guys, let's get a little funky twist, okay? Extended child's pose, arms out to the sides. Left arm walks under the right elbow, and take your palm to the floor and wiggle it out as far as possible so that your left ear or temple is on the mat. If you want more space in your chest, your right arm reaches around the low back. Your reward after all that hard work. Now, some of you may know this one. We're gonna get a little funky in a minute with it, so enjoy a little bit of calm here. Reach back out. Right arm does the same, yogis. We're gonna take it under the left elbow, palm to floor, wiggle out as long as possible. Rest your right ear. You know, you could put your pillows or your blocks or books under your right side of face. And the whole time we're here, left arm can wrap around low back, by the way, but we want to ease our hips back. The heavier we get in our upper body, the more our shoulder reaps the benefits. Unwind when you're ready, coming up to tabletop. Same thing, but this time with a twist. Left arm reaches all the way up to the sky, all the way down. Once we twist, we are going to find the right arm outstretched overhead, the left leg pushing down to extend the right toes. So I'm in a long reach from my right fingertips to my right toes. Right arm comes skywards. We're getting funky. And then the right toes come skywards. You ready? Or maybe we just lift them off the floor. Oh, tap them back down, tap them back down. Rise when you can. Ooh, it gets fun, guys. And if you topple over backwards, hopefully there's something soft behind you and no furniture. If you topple into furniture, I hope you can giggle, let it go, and try again. Wobbles are in full effect. Yes, yes, yes. We love it. Change is happening. Slowly come out. Tap down, whatever works. Bring hand on the right side back towards your face to unwind. Just fun stuff, right? Back to tabletop. Take that left arm back to the sky. Give it a second. And then release. When you're ready, right arm to sky, reach up. Thread your needle, put it right through that little hole under the left arm. And as you walk out, get cozy on your right side with any props you need. Left arm extends overhead. Push down through your right knee so you can really lift your hips and kick back through your left toes. Long from left fingers to left toes, yeah? Who wants to rise with me? It doesn't matter which way you go. Let me try the other way first. Let's go leg and then arm maybe. Whew. I like to reverse things because then it feels really new, even if you've done it before. Whoa, I almost toppled over, guys. So if you do, no harm in that. Just tuck and roll, tuck and roll. Take a second, one more big breath in. I love the fun stuff in the middle. Come on down, one at a time, slow, control. Woo. How many of us saved ourselves from toppling? Tabletop, once you reach in child. Right arm reaches to the side. And let's find our way all the way to the floor. I have one more gift for you today. Come out, lie prone, like you're waking up in the morning. If you're a belly sleeper and you reach overhead, make it really luxurious here. Reach long. Okay, guys, bring your arms back to goalpost and leave your left arm right where it is. Goalpost, palm on the floor. Right hand comes to your suction cup so that you can lift your lift your right toes and tip over the side. So I want you to feel a really big stretch across your right chest. I'm going to show you from the front so you can see me if you're new to this one. Lying flat. I'm going to go through it again. Left palm is down. Let the whole arm rest flat. Right fingertips and right toes guide us around the corner. We can certainly rest our head. We can certainly bring our whole right foot behind us if your chest is open enough. Your pecs are allowing it. Your armpits might feel a stretch. Big, right? I think the bent arm version is harder than the straight arm. So if you are feeling too much intensity in the bent arm, straighten that arm, and then you may even be able to roll all the way around to the side, landing right foot on the ground. But do what's a challenge, guys. We want to push out of our comfort zone here. And can you breathe as much energy as possible into the left front of your chest? That'll fix that computer hunch, won't it? Come on back around. Oh gosh. And then right to the other side. Don't think too much. Right arm is in a goalpost. It's flat. Left suction cup fingertips. Press down. Left toes rise. Yep. And then you may not go far. It's okay. Just a little bit goes a really long way. If immediately you know that's too much, straighten your arm and see if it feels a little better. This gives me much more maneuverability, so you can take it as far as you want, but I want mine to be a little harder today, so I'm gonna stay here. Take 2 more breaths in, yogis, especially to where you're feeling it right in the crook of that right armpit, the front of your chest. Awesome. Come on down. With our newly open bodies, we're coming back to Pilates. Reach your arms up, back overhead, thumbs up this time. I'll show you from the side. Thumbs up, elevated through the arms, tuck chin to chest, lift your toes, knees, and thighs. So we're in full locust pose, but we're swimming, guys. So we're gonna start to paddle like we did in our Pilates 100s. Paddle, paddle, paddle with straight, strong arms. Now I wanna feel inward energy. So I'm squeezing in through the knees, squeezing in through the palms like I'm frictioning something, rubbing as fast as I can to get it warm. Longer top of head through tail. 3 seconds remain. Last big breath in. Last big breath out. Take a break. Hands. Oh, arms are like jello, right? Push back to child's pose if you can get there. Otherwise, stay as long as you need on your belly. Congrats, yogis. Good work there. All right, let's get a couple more twists on. Downward facing dog. Can our shoulders handle it? Oh, we'll see. Downward facing dog. Whew, big bent knees. And then try to straighten up as much as possible. Big bent knees, straighten up. Push through the big knuckle on your thumb and your index finger. Really strong in the arms. Last big bend. Last big straighten. Left leg rises to 3-legged dog. Inhale. Step in between your thumbs. Help it if you need it. Heel underneath. Kneeling lunge for a little twist. Right hand stays down. Reach out as much as necessary to lift up through the left arm. Even if it lands on the left knee, great. Now, yogis, if it feels really good here, I want you to think about twisting right shoulder to left knee, right ribs to left thigh. Really twist, but twist long. The top of your head through your tail is long, and then reach your left arm to me, elbow right by your ear as you twist. Good. If your knee starts to really open, that's okay if it feels good. Otherwise, draw it back in. Are you breathing? Is there anywhere you can release? Maybe it's in your face. The most important places are in the corners of your eyes, down through cheeks, through your tongue, even in the space between your ears and all over your ears. Top arm floats all the way down for a moment. Lift up through the right arm. Reach forward, lengthen again, and then see if we can cross the right arm over the left thigh. If that's not going to work, hand comes to thigh. We're twisting deeper here. Right elbow may be able to bend into a prayer twist, but we may stay in this option. Just right hand over and helping us around the corner. You choose. Tired of kneeling on that right knee? Let's get up, my friends. Right knee rises. Push out long through the heel on the right side. Twist to the point where you can freely move your breath. Okay, one last challenge here. Can your right eyeball look up at the sky? Oh, that's balance challenge times 100. Guys, one more challenge. Feel free to undo any clasps you have on your arms or look to the floor and step into chair pose. Step in with your twist. I know you can. Now, if we undid and we were in the center, we're here, we're gonna try to twist. And if we can't get our right elbow across, don't worry. Just twist like you're holding a beach ball and you're gonna throw it to someone. Big toes can be together or as wide as you need to feel comfy in this posture. Right eyeball, can it look up at the sky? Drop your hips, lift your heart. One more big breath in here. Untwist, come to center, stay in chair. Yes, you're giving yourself a high five because I'm proud of you too. Twist over to the right side. We're gonna reverse our order. Stay here or left elbow may drop. Now for me, I like to go a couple times. Twist, twist, and then maybe it'll land today, maybe not. Lift up. Hips drop, top of head and heart rise. Really beautiful, clean, long lines of energy. Breathe into it, yogis. Whew, it's not easy. I know we got this. If you want to step back with your left leg, go for it. Otherwise, come undone. Hands can come to floor. We step straight back. Here we are. Big old lunge twist. Let's let our left arm fall and give ourselves a break here. Right arm rises. Left arm can come out as much as you need to twist. Left shoulder to right knee. Left ribs to right thigh. If your top arm needs a break, take it. One more big breath in, guys. Reach your right arm overhead to me. Wow, that makes it much more intense, doesn't it? Long line of energy from your right fingertips out through your left toes. Last big breath in, you know you've got this. Fingertips come to the floor, frame out your front foot, and how can we add on? Here, we can drop our back knee, because this one's really hard, right? So we lift up and twist from here, or we may be able to get back into prayer. Left elbow across, palms come together. The reason we do this is so we can push our palms to lift our heart, see I'm down, and then I'm gonna push my palms. Oh, very open, yes? Eye gaze up. Take a moment to rest, you deserve it here. Big, huge exhalations to lose some of that heat that's built up in your right thigh for this one. Good job, guys. Unwind and frame out front foot. And this time, elevate your back leg. I'm gonna show you from the side. Elevate your back leg for pyramid pose. So if we're really wide, we're gonna step the back leg in, or just like pop it in here. So you have about 3 feet from your front toes to your back heel, and then step as wide as necessary to take your left hip towards the floor, okay? If it's really open, we wanna try to seal or scissor the thighs together. Now, this is a great time for props. This is a very low position. The floor was built way too low in this place. So if you wanna build the floor up, you build the floor up. Let's get light on whatever we're holding on to, and really use the swivel in your left hip towards your right big toe. Soften your right knee, pyramid pose. Now for those of you that have this posture mastered, you're gonna take your fingertips and reach back so they're elevated. And if it feels great, sweep back like we did before. Your angel wings, open your chest. Heart soars forward, so light and so full of energy. Re-soften your right knee. We never wanna lock our joints. Re-scissor through the thighs. Last breath, very tough posture. Congrats, guys. Hands come down, soften your right knee and boost your back leg up, even if it's an inch. All the way up, standing split. Feel good? Point your toes, flare your webbing open on your feet. Hold on to right calf or ankle. Whew. Once you're upside down, guys, challenge for you. Even if you're upside down and your back toes are on the floor, can you hold on to your right ankle with both hands? This is scary. And if you have it, elevate your toes 1 tiny inch more. See what we got, yogis. If you lose it, no worries. Come back to it if it feels right today. Last big breath in. On the way down, forward fold. Lots of control as you descend the top leg. Have a bend in your knees and just look forward, lengthening out, giving yourself a little break. Great job, guys. Before we move on to the other side, let's toe heel out wide enough that we can either sit here in a squat, a loaded low squat, or I like yogi squat, but you choose. If this doesn't feel good for you, don't do it. Stay up high. Move a bunch. If these hands don't help you, we could take our tent fingertips, or we can interlace our knuckles like this and push open. Alternatively, holding on to the feet or sticky fingers on the floor to help you really peel your thighs open. Now, pelvic floor, whoosh, pull it up and in like you're stopping the flow of urine. Belly pulled in. One more big breath in. Right arm reaches high. Let's swivel it around a little bit or a lot. If you feel great and you want to take your left hand around the corner and do a little bind, even if we don't reach our fingertips or our wrist, we just go for it. Yep. Might be fun here to shift your weight over to the left side. See if you can lift your right heel. That's really hard. I shook. I didn't really lift. Undo that one, yogis. I know it's hard. Stay with me. Right fingertips reach long. Left arm spirals open. Stay right here. Or wrap your left arm around your low back. Right hand around the right shin. A little reach and then rock over. Just because it's crazy. Why not? Rock over to your right side. Whew. Try to lift your left toes. All right. When you're done, it might feel hard, but we're gonna untwist. Lift our hips wide-legged forward fold. All right, let's finish this, guys. Toe heel back in together when you feel ready. Your right leg is staying back. Your left leg is stepping far enough forward that you feel like you could accomplish a pyramid pose. One more time. Blocks or books are so great here. Okay, let's turn our back toes in enough that our right hip comes around the corner as well. I mostly want to worry about squared hips here, and then I want to worry about folding forward. But until I get my hips really squared forward, I won't feel that stretch all the way across the left and right side of my front hamstring. If you feel real good, scissored energetically in your thighs, come long through the heart, and then drop in as much as it feels great. What was our option earlier, guys? Do you want to walk your fingertips back? Whew, that puts all the work in the legs, so do a little bit. It goes a long way. But then if you're feeling great, flare out your wings. Even the tips of your fingers, they spread open. The very tips of your wings are expansive with your breath. We're ending with a bang today. This is a big posture. Don't worry, yogis. Last hard one, and we get to really chill out for a couple of minutes. Big breath in. Pull your left hip back. Big breath out. Frame out front foot. Shift forward, and maybe we just lift our back heel. That's great. If you want to do a little standing split, back heel would rise. Toes may come off the ground. Most importantly, if I can get folded, the top of my head towards the floor, then I'll be able to lift my back leg. Try hanging on with your left hand to your left ankle and fold a little bit. If this is really uncomfortable for your belly, just stay in a forward fold. We can always support with a pillow, or we can always support with super bent knees. Now, for those of you that wanted the challenge on the other side, we attempted, we saw it happen in our brain, and then we just made it happen, right? So hold on with both hands onto the left ankle. Maybe we do it without any lift at all. Finding step number one in an awesome standing split, getting upside down with confidence. And then we might elevate a little, might elevate a lot. When you're not having fun, you let it go. That's enough. Whenever you're ready, guys, standing split comes to forward fold. Forward fold really gradually bends knees into tiptoe stand so we can find the earth. Heels rise, knees bend, climb up to the knees, and then press your knees to me. This is hard. So if you want to have your books or your blocks to boost you up, squeeze your inner thighs together, squeeze your belly in. If you're feeling great, reach your fingertips to me. Still feeling great? Overhead we go. All right, now we're gonna try to ease back, yogis, wherever you are, to the floor. Ready? Shift your hips back. If you're with me, your arms are coming forward, your knees split open, and we come down so slow, no plops. Or plops. Legs come out. Great job, guys. All right, let's finish this up. Lying or seated. If you need to finish your practice here, we have 30 seconds until 12:55. Well, it's 12:55 already, sorry. Left leg crosses over if you have the last couple of minutes with me. So we're here, ankles are crossed, lifting overhead, and coming forward and down. All right, let's stretch our hamstrings. If this is too intense, uncross your ankles. And remember, length is our number one goal. So lift and lengthen, then surrender. Let's take one more breath in this position, asking ourselves where we can flood with more breath and where we can release any tension. On that exhalation, rise back up. Take whatever you need, a little shimmy in your legs, cross your right ankle over, or simply refold with no crisscross at all. And sometimes your toes may get a little crampy, work those out. Inhale, lift. If possible, reach forward, forward, forward. Blocks are great if you want to rest your forearms. Pillows under bellies to give us a little bit more support. Drop your head if you're able to. Just telling your body it's okay to let go here. One more big breath in, yogis. On our exhalation, rising up, rebending knees, bringing hands behind us to let our legs do their own thing, finishing seated since we didn't get a chance to do it earlier, and establishing a breath practice, just 3 breaths in together. Taking a block, a book, a pillow, anything you need to bring your low back into a really beautiful natural arch. And as you're seated and establishing your breaths, I wanted to leave you with a few mantras today that you may need to get you through until your next yoga practice. Sitting up tall, appreciating and being grateful for that beautiful length you've established in your spine. Well done today, yogis. My body is worthy of love. My body is fierce and strong. My body is grounded and stable. My body is full of wisdom. My body is powerful beyond measure. My body is beautiful and balanced. And lastly, I trust my body, I love my body, and I thank my body. With that being said, let's seal that in, my friends. Palms to heart center if this speaks to you. It's a nice way to finish our class together. Get a little roll in your shoulders so you feel spacious in your neck, lifted from top of head through tail. And then take a small bow to your practice. I bow to you, yogis, because the light in me is honored to have spent this hour with the light that is in each and every one of you. Until we meet again, namaste. I hope you all have a wonderful day.